Hey, I'm Kev Kim. Welcome to WRC 10 and our formation of it as we'll look at everything in the game. Everything. We'll see what's good, what's bad, what's ugly, what's not improved. What the hell is newsfeed not working? Why is it unavailable? We'll look at everything in WRC 10. So, first off, yeah, it looks different, doesn't it? They put the bar on the side now. Instead of scrolling it along, go to the sidebar instead. And no, it doesn't have everything on there because you still have to scroll down, which I'm not the biggest fan of this like new layout change. Might be too much for Windows. I think that's maybe why I wasted too much of Windows 10. But of course, we're going to start by looking at the options. We always look at the options first. So you've got gameplay, controls, audio, data, credits, which you can watch. There you go, there's credits. And then video and gameplay settings. So this is done by KT Racing. They've done the game since WRC 5. And this is their penultimate game, because Codemasters will be taken over from 2023 onwards. And published by Natcon, formerly Big Ben, who published the TTR Demand games, Rims Racing, which we've recently seen as well, be publishing test drive results coming out next year. And lots of sports games like Rugby 21 and Handball 21. Let's go into gameplay settings. This is all familiar. If you've seen all the settings for WRC 9, there's not too much change. So we've got ABS, traction control, start and assist, transmission, manual, semi-automatic. Difficulty, we've just got it in the middle of the hundreds. Handy difficulty can be a bit low for people who are good at the game. So if you have even about 150, apparently that's not good for you. So it depends on the rally though. We'll check it out. Damage is very similar again. Visual, low, medium, high, realistic. Broken down vehicles on the roadside. Yep, this is still optional. So you know what that means. DNFs are still not really a thing in WRC 10. 6 games into making WRC games where you can literally crash in the blink of an eye in rain. It just happens sometimes. But it is still not a thing in a rally game. That is really disappointing, isn't it? Show wheel, display ghosts, then speed units, be a peel bastard, or actually like everyone else. Speed, wheels or car. Display speed of the car by the car's wheel, rotation speed or the car's linear speed. In languages, so English, French, Italian, German, Spanish, Polish, Russian, Portuguese, Brazilian. Then I think it's simple Chinese, then Chinese, Korean, Japanese, and Arabic. So this is actually exactly the same as Rims Racing. You will notice some similarities between Rims Racing and this game with the options. Color by mode is on, because I have difficulty telling the colors apart, but it doesn't have this thing where you can choose what type of colorblind mode you have. For example, that you have in, say, like Battlefield or Call of Duty. I'm just doing FPS games because I remember selecting them in FPS games, but they don't have that option, which is a bit disappointing because even with colorblind mode on, I'm having difficulty telling colors apart, which I will show you when you have to choose your tires. Co-driver's voice and gender. Yeah, we've got female co-drivers. We've got default co-driver, male co-driver. So we go with female. Co-drivers are much improved, as you will hear in this game. And then, again, far ahead, default, late, very late. Immersive voice. So now your co-driver can yell at you in the middle of a stage. It's fantastic. It will scare the shit out of you sometimes. So maybe don't have that on if you actually want to be immersed in the game. If you want to be immersed but also have an annoying idiot alongside you, so you like playing with a friend, there you go, you can have the immersive voice on. And then, again, speedometer, timer, progress bar, pace notes, damage, statistics, and we, of course, have display time differences per selection. So we have the split times up, basically, which is very handy. Then controls. So, again, all exactly the same as WRC 9. All kind of binded the same at first as well. Like I've got a Thrustmaster T300. I've got Husenfeld pedals. It does not read my Husenfeld pedals very well. So I've had to rebind those. And I didn't have to rebind anything on the wheel apart from like handbrake and wipers like I always have to do. For some reason, they're always binded the same each year and I always have to rebind them. What is going on there, KT Racing? Right. Up your default game. But yeah, if you, for example, want to assign a key, press what you want to assign. You've got sensitivity, dead zone, saturation, rescale, and invert. I never mess with these settings, so I have no idea what the difference is from messing with these settings. I always keep it at default. It seems to be working okay, so I've not messed with them. And then settings for the wheels. So you got force feedback for, I don't know what that, vibro tactile wheels. I said that's for Fanatec wheels, isn't it? Because there used to be an old Fanatec setting for just Fanatec wheels, but as you can see, we don't have that anymore. So maximum angle, I basically have the same as I have in Dirt Rally, 450. I know it's with 540 default. And then overall force, you may notice this is actually turned down. This is the only setting I've actually changed from default. Oh, also ground surface as well. Because, man, the force feedback with the new suspension model, you really feel the freaking suspension. You really feel the ground in the game now, especially on gravel. I've turned that down, overall force, because I don't want my wheel to literally flip my desk over at the beginning of stages. So that's why I've turned the force down for like the first time ever in a WRC game. I had it very high on WRC 8 and 7 and 9 to get force feedback. But I've actually turned it down for 10. Then self-aligning torque, tire load, self-center, recenter force, all what we've seen before in games and all settings. I don't really mess with tire load. You might need to mess with a bit. For spring compression, as you can see, transmits the forces applied to the front of the vehicle. So you might need to mess with that a bit. And then what you really need to mess with are these settings. So vibration, overall vibration. So I might need to turn this down slightly, because as I said, it likes to vibrate the wheel sometimes. Tire slip angle. So I did mess with this, turning it down. Same for suspension as well, but I've turned it back up because it seems like just overall force turning that down was good enough for me. But yeah, again, you might need to mess with these settings. So I said, a new suspension model, you can definitely feel that in the force feedback. And ground surface, especially for gravel and off-road, turn this the fuck down. If you don't, again, if you don't want your wheel to just be flying off to Mars, turn it down. That's what I've had to do. Again, you might be able to get away with it if you mess with some other settings in here, but yeah, this is the main one for me to turn down. Again, there have been issues with Thrustmaster wheels as well. There's been one patch release for the game, and one of the issues was Thrustmaster wheels because they were crashing. They were going a bit out of hand. Trying to work with the game. I've seen their issues with Logitech wheels as well, working with the game, especially with like hearing the co-driver as well through the wheel, and that's an issue. I haven't seen anything for Fanatec wheels, but yeah, if you've got a Thrustmaster, they've recommended to recheck the updates. So don't just go to your control panel on Windows. Go to the actual website to check, make sure you got the right version, because it has been updated for this game as well. Like I checked my Thrustmaster version before I started this game, and it came for an update. So definitely check you've updated your wheel if you've got a Thrustmaster like me. Then engine, collision, and oh no, we do have the Fanatec only one. So yeah, throttle and brake pedal at the bottom there. So yeah, there's quite a few things to mess with. Again, I don't have the best settings at the moment. As I said, I've only turned a couple of things down, only messed with a couple of settings. But this seems to be working for me for the time being. And there were issues for my wheel as well, not really feeling it coming into rallies before the patch, where sometimes I go into a rally and the force feedback just wasn't there for some reason. But it will be out of control, and then after like a minute, it just settles down and gets red. Like it's just a delay in reading the wheel properly. So that seems to have gone from the last patch, but we'll see. Or at least reduced. In audio, so we've got no background music. This is all green beats in the background. And then general volume, background sound volume, menu volume, car volume, voice volume. No audio for lobbies, no multiplayer audio, nothing to say push to talk, for example. Nothing like that. So yeah, good luck trying to talk to people in lobbies in this game. And then audio output, as you can see, just default. audio quality, normal and high. I don't really get why you would select normal, to be honest. Again, very basic settings. Car volume does seem to be quiet in this game. I've got it at maximum and it still feels quiet. Car volume. In some cars it feels very quiet, in other cars it's a bit higher. But in general it seems like they've turned down the car volume. So I'm hoping that actually gets patched. So it's a bit higher. Yeah, just normal settings you've got for this. I'm surprised there's not more settings for like the effects that you feel when you're hitting stuff. That would be nice. But I don't expect much from KT Racing with just one more game coming from them. I expect they'll probably keep this similar for WRC 11, which is a bit disappointing. Data, manage to save data so I can delete everything if I want. I do not want to continue. I've just freaking started career mode. You've seen the credits. As you can see, OJ and Ingressia are very happy about that. And then video. So, our issues with this game. Big issues with the optimization. This has been the worst optimized game for them for a couple editions. And that's saying something. We've had issues with basically every game from KT Racing in regards to optimization. Like, I remember 6 in particular ran like crap. 7 was better. And then 8 and 9 I've had issues. 10 has had massive issues. Like, I've got, you know, pretty new PC, like a year and a half old. I'm having issues on freaking medium to get it run smoothly. Like, if you watch my stream, I had to restart my stream like 2 or 3 times to just turn down the settings and get everything running kind of smoothly in the end. Like, that, it was terrible. And as I said, there's been one patch since, but that's been dealing with crashes, basically, for the game. Like, there's not been any for optimization or anything else, and it doesn't seem like there's any difference in optimization since the patch. So yeah, you desperately need to work on that, KT Racing. But there's lots of big issues with the game as well. All right, this is just one of them. So if you've got a slightly older PC that's maybe even just a few years old, you might have to turn it even down to low, some of the things, and then the game will look crap. And it looks crap on YouTube as well, unfortunately, with all the compression. No matter what sense I have anyway, it will look crap on YouTube. But anyway, full screen borderless, full screen windowed. Also on, I think it's like on NVIDIA as well. You see the shadows are all different. Like, it's a different lighting in this game that they've done, and it does make it very dark in sections. So you might have to mess with your settings as well just to make it. You'll see. All right. But yeah, you might need to run it in DirectX 11 for the time being until they properly get a performance patch out. I'm on DX12. VSync, I would strongly suggest having that on as well. I've got it off because the game's kind of running for me at the moment. Oh yeah, it might be Roz. Actually, let's turn it on for this video. Just want to make sure it works, okay? And then physics, simulation, synchronization, that's on high. Screen section is 1. Again, all standard settings. Then graphics. Had fun with graphics. So as you can see, you got low, medium, high, or just customize like I do, because even I think this is like medium or high default, and even like that was too high. I've had to turn shadow quality down, I think. Basically everything down, as you can see, to medium, apart from texture quality. Because man, texture quality's got high or low. If you put it on low, it looks like a freaking, it looks terrible, the textures really do. I say it looks bad anyway with all the YouTube compression, all these videos, but having it on low, terrible. But then we got texture filtering, so all the particles. This is a very good one to turn down as well. Same for particles, as you would expect. Visibility distance, I had this turned up as well. But as you can see, density of vegetation that suits you, I had to turn this down as well immediately. Density, vegetation density as well. Again, all very good settings to turn down. Set the right crowd size. Visual water quality as well. Like, all very important to turn down. I've just realised this doesn't work, does it? That's for this. Why is it all gone up one? Hang on, let's see. Texture quality. It's missed out. Oh, it's because of texture filtering. No, after this, it just is in the wrong place. Put that on the list. And then pros process. So again, we've got the ambient occlusion. Again, a very good setting to turn down if you're having issues running the game. Never put it on very high. Unless you've got a PC that, I don't know, a 50 grand PC that for some reason runs everything. Don't put it on very high at all. Or even high, really. It's not worth it. Just have it on medium. That's what I found works. Oh no, it's buggered up here as well. Yes, this is the quality of reflections under SSAO. What are the the reflections are nothing. Oh dear. Again, reflections medium. I've got blue moth as usual. Anti-aliasing. I think I had it on that first, but I've turned it down to FXAA. Then color gradient for the editing. I've turned motion blur off. We got sharpen as well. Oh no, that's screwed up. It's all just screwed up, isn't it? That is not color grade. Is that color grading? Features slightly darkens the... As well as for it helps to focus the player's attention. Actually, that might be color grading. Oh no, that's vignette, isn't it? Oh dear. Oh dear, KD raising. You've got lots of things to fix. So yeah, that's graphics. That's all the settings. It's already a mess, isn't it, unfortunately? We've only been through the settings and we've already found more issues with the game. Anyway, showroom. This seems to work. No, we can go around the car. We can change the showroom appearance. Where's the button for that? Want to find it. There you go. Look at that. Oh, we can change the colours in the background. Look how wonderful it is. And then we can change the car as well. Let's put John Armstrong's car in there. Look at it. As we zoom in, zoom out, zoom in. And then, yeah, demo cam. I'll put the headlights on as well. Hide the interface. Or just quit. Probably the best, actually. And then after that, there is Drivercard. So as you can see, we've got this Otanic staring at us. Apparently he's a coach. So looking at my coach, so overall, out of all the rallies, you haven't tried Rally Italia Sardinia. You should give it a go. So that's trying to get us to do rallies now. As you can see, going there. Offline, keep going to progress in 15 hours. So we need to win the event, the first WRC. Alright, we'll try that later. Okay. And then online, you have played club events one time. You should do more. This game mode is one of the best because it plunges you right into mini championships. Standard. Oh yeah, you see in the top right, you've got, what's it? Initiative, presence, offline, online, performance, and versatility. So we've got strongly offline. Oh, hang on. Let me just show you this because this is something I'll come back to in the Livery Editor. Change nationality. So as you can see, we've got the usual options for nationality. No real difference. Again, all very similar to... How do you scroll down? Okay, apparently you don't scroll down. All very similar to what you see in Rims Racing. For some reason, we've got all like South America, or most of South America. And then, yeah, not much anywhere else apart from like Europe, a bit of Asia, and Africa. At least there's more than like 2 African countries now in games, which is good to see. And then change title. So this will be something you're familiar with from previous WRC games. As you can see, we've got level 10 titles. So we haven't got any of those. You can see my rewards room. As you can see, we've got nothing. And then my driving history. So this is nicely laid out a bit better. So you can see our favorite camera views. Dynamic chase, apparently. Even though I've only played in cockpit view. Good job, game. My favorite gear is 4. Who doesn't want to know about their favorite gear? As we've driven the Junior WRC car, total time spent. Apparently, I've only played. I spent 4 minutes in first. 27 minutes spent braking while racing. I spent no time handbraking. And then average play, total play time, average affinity hours per week. Infinite hours per week. I've played all of the hours per week. Apparently on average. And then yeah, distance travelled on gravel, asphalt, snow and odd. But this is nice. Like it is nicely laid out. As you can see, progress in. That's like career highest score. Rallies we've done as well. We've done 3 at night, 3 in the evening, 4 in the morning, 23 at midday. And as you can see, I haven't completed the set on stages completed. We've done the most is 5 in Croatia. And we like the Arena Plaza Platz as well. And then you got playtime in career, in quick play, in season. These played as challenges because I've not checked it out yet. In online, you can see that I spent like 3 minutes online. I've done 1 stage online, I think. For clubs, that is. For actual online, I think I've done a couple of stages, but it's not counting. And then speed. So you can see my highest speed was achieved on the Finland Shakedown. Duration like 2.2 kilometers up to 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in seconds. Amount of drifts I've got, jumps, puddles I've been through, time reversing, long way total distance, and complications. So we haven't had any punches yet. Punches doesn't seem to be as easy to get actually in this one. Number of rolls, we've had 1 roll. And then we've got 9 respawns. No cars have been totaled yet. That is very shocking. So that shows you the lack of playtime I have in this game, that no cars have been totaled. Got penalties, 12 penalties in total apparently. In off-road, total numbers 80. Career cost 22 tyres used, total repair cost. Like all very nice stats on the driver card. So I quite like how it's laid out in Big Edition. 50th anniversary mode. So I'm actually going to do a playthrough of this because you have to play through all of this to get to unlock private teams in career mode at the moment, that is. So we've got 7, 10, 12, 17 events here, but there's a roadmap. I had in 3 new events in October and in 5 new events in November. So we have 25 in total. There also had in 3 new rally cars in October and then 1 more in November. And there's a nice selection of old rally cars as well in this game. Let's check out in WRC mode. As you can see, we've got online events if the servers are up running. So you have daily challenge, weekly challenge, and special challenge. Then we've got career mode. Of course, we've got career mode, quick play, season, and Livery Editor. Then for multiplayer clubs, online multiplayer, leaderboards, co-driver, and a split screen, which is good to see. And then we'll start at the bottom here. So we've got challenges, test arena, and training. So challenges, you must accept a challenge of a car selected for you. So this is exactly like it is in WRC 9. Hopefully there's no proton here though, so I can actually complete all of this time. And we definitely have a stream going through all of this again, like I did with 9. But the test arena, so you can drive around freely. So for weather effects, we've got dawn, noon, evening, or night. Let's go for noon. And then for weather, we've got clear, cloudy, threatening, rainy, storm, sunny spells. For Sweden, you also get snowstorms as well. Sunny spells. And then all the cars. Here we go. Here's your selection then. So you've got WRC. You've got Hayden Paddon's car from 2020, which is cool to see. Also got Ollie Solberg, Lorenzo Bertelli, Shirley the Bear. And then for Toyota, you've got OJ Evans, Compare, and Katsuda-san. And then for M Sport, you've got Fomo, Greensmith, and the recently departed Suninen, but he's still with M Sport here. And then for Hyundai, we've got Tanak, Nerval, Sordo, and Craig Green. So all the runners and riders. And WRC 2 and 3, so this is expanded from what I remember in 3. There was only like 10 to 15, no, 15 to 20 drivers. And not many in WRC 2. But we've got a lot more here now. So we've got the Estonian in the Polo, but we also got the main Polo team with, what's it, Gryzin, Happy, and Razuli. And then we've got the Citroen team. So we've got Mats Osberg here, the reigning champ in WRC2. And then we've got Fomo again on double duty, along with Prokop, the veteran Yates, and the elusive Pedro. So good they named him. He only has one name, you know. You think of Ronaldo, Pedro, Prince, you know, all-time greats. And then we've got the main Skoda boys. So we've got the Bolivian and Mickelson. And then we also got Camilli. And then we got the WRC3. It is frustrating again that WRC2 and 3 are treated as the same thing, but they're not in real life. Like the first time ever, there's actually good separation between the classes in the rallies, and we're not seeing it in the game again. But it's in the game. So again, that comes back to an overall issue as well with the game, which we'll talk about once we've done a stage. Yeah, we've got Nicholas here. We've got Russell. We've got Johnson. Oh, he's WRC2. Again, I don't know why we've got these two ahead of WRC2 runners. We've got Hyundai as well with Huttunen. Solberg again. He's also doing double duty. And Vaby. He always looks manic for some reason, Vaby. I don't know why. We've got Tom Williams. Good to see he's in here. Then you've got Tom Christensen, WRC2, the junior WRC champ. That's why he's in the WRC2 car. And then I believe it's just WRC3 from now on. So we've got the Croatian, and then we've got some Finnish drivers, including Lindholm. And then we've got the Swede Eriksson, or Ekström, who's only actually competing in Arctic Rally Finland, I believe, this year. So it's a bit interesting seeing these in the game. Chris Ingram, who's come in for Skoda midway through the season. We've got the season here. We've got the experienced Paul. We've got Kristoffersen, the World Rallycross champion, who again I believe has only competed in Arctic Rally Finland, but he's in the game. We've got El Rashid, and then we got Igor Carr, who's very talented young Estonian. So we've got quite a few cars, don't we? WRC2 and 3. Like combined, you have almost 30 drivers, I think, in here, which is really cool to see. But as I said, it is frustrating that WRC2 and 3 are just smashed together. They're separate, guys. Have you not realised this after 6 years? They're separate. Then we got Junior WRC. So we got John Armstrong. We got all the competitors here. Unfortunately, only single figures this year, but it is still a very competitive class. Now we're into the main legends. So we've got, disappointingly, only a couple of cars from the 70s. Only Alpine and Lancia Chattels. I would love to have seen some more cars from the 70s. Where's my Talbots? You know, where's my Datsuns? You know, where's my other Lancias? Oh no, there is one more Lancia, which for some reason we've got to scroll all the way to the end. There's the Lancia Fulvia as well. But where's my Mini? Where's my Mini, boys? And then we do have new cars added as well, classic cars. So of course we've got the Audi Quattro from 1981. We've got John Mouton and Fabrizio Pons. And we've got Sting Blomqvist as well, and Bjord Seiderberg and their Audi Quattro from 84. And then we've got the Lancia with the brilliant water rule. And then we've got the Peugeots. Oh yes. We've got the Peugeot with Vatanen and Kankkunen from 85 and 86. For some reason I don't get why the years are named for some and not for others, but again, minor gripe again. And then we've got the Lancia Delta from 87, the Toyota Seeker from 92. Again, the Lancia Delta from the early 90s. Where's that gone, boys? All right. Where's my Lancia Deltas? So where's my Subaru Legacy? You know, it's in Dirt Rally. Where's my Subaru Legacy, boys? Anyway, we've got the Toyota Seeker from 92 and 93. It's a bit weird. I don't know why they have it following years, but it's to do with the stages as well. So we've got Science and Kankkunen. We've got the McRae Special Order. So you got to pre-order the game or buy the game on PC in the first couple of weeks, I believe, on Steam, in order, or Epic or whatever. Get the 1997 Subaru Impreza, one of my favourite rally cars of all time, along with the 98 version, and 2001 version, and 2003 95 version as well. With lots of Imprezas I love. But yeah, it is disappointing to see that. Same for the 98 Mitsubishi Lancer, because you can't have just the Subaru on pre-order. You've got to also have a Mitsubishi Lancer to match the Subaru. So again, you've got to get deluxe edition, I believe. Get the Mitsubishi Lancer. Again, very sad to see. It's the thing for officially licensed games. They've got to gatekeep content to as pre-order stuff or as DLC stuff for some reason. Money reasons mostly, but it's content in the game already. You're just cheated, really, it feels like, having it cut off like that. Yeah, very disappointed to see that these two of my favourite cars of all time as well in the WRC are pre-order bonuses. or DLC. So get into the thousands. And then we've got the Citroen with Loeb. We've got the Grand Home 2007. Again, there's a lack of thousands cars. As I said, we've got Subarus around. We've got Mitsubishis around. We've got Skodas. We've got Hyundais. We've got Seats even. Like, there's so many different cars to choose from. We've got 2 on the thousands. And then we've got Peter Solberg doing the game. Chris Patterson. That's pretty cool to see. We've got the Polo as well from OJ. And then we've got Tanex Toyota from a couple years back. And then we've also got the 1999 Toyota Corolla as well. I don't know if that is DLC or I don't know why it's at the end. Just like with the Lancer, I have no idea why they're at the end. And then bonus cars, these are like the, concept cars. We've got the Citroen as well from a couple of years back for, well, not just the Loeb, but OJ as well. This is from like 2010, I think. So, I don't get why this is not in the Legends. Did they not do rallies with these for the Legends? I don't get it. Then we've got Dumas Porsche, even though this is no longer the RGT car in WRC. That's now the Alpine. That came out was this year, I think it came out as the RGT car. But it's still got the Porsche in here, which I don't mind. The Porsche is pretty good fun. Then we've got Mickelson's Preddy tyre car from, I think it was last year. And then the Proton has managed to bribe KT Racing once again to sneak in here. I have no idea what the Proton is doing in here. I have no idea what the Proton's been doing in these games for years, but it's there. We've got to live with it, unfortunately. It was the worst handing car in the previous WRC games, and in new liveries as well for your custom cars. And in training, so you can train on courses. So these are just the training sessions, as you can see, are just the courses from the challenges. As you can see, you've got all the training layouts. I believe there's not much difference training layouts from what we saw in 9. At least I can't tell any major difference, but there we go. Those are training sessions. And in clubs and multiplayer. Clubs did not work well last year. Let's see if online works. So I can show you it. But I do have a multiplayer video out already covering clubs and multiplayer in this game. Because another big issue has been just online working. It has not worked for most of the time that WRC 10 has been out, and it's still not working. Oh, there we go. We can get in. So, this is my club. As you can see, you can set up events. I've set up one with the legacy cars, the legacy rally, basically. You can get leaderboards. You can check them, month overall. And you can see on the front who created it, all the members, all the stuff, all the info on the front. And then if you go into someone else's club, you can see we've got an event here for Spain. You can join in. You can see all the members again and see all the leaderboards for event and monthly as well, even though... Oh, there we go. It is working. Oh, there you go. It is just about working. So, as you can see, we had one event overall. We've got one for the month. And then we got the leaderboard for this event as well. So, yeah, these are clubs. Clubs aren't very popular, I'll say. As well as if we try and join a club. And if we go by number of members. Yeah, as you can see, not many clubs are even in double figures. Let alone the one club we found that's in triple figures, so sad to see. And then multiplayer. I'll show you some multiplayer. Should we actually do some driving in this instead of me just talking? So we've got quick game, find a lobby, create a lobby. So you can see very basic settings again for create a lobby. Shame there's no stuff for like AI to fill out the lobby. Lobby's only got 8 spaces as well for drivers. We've still got super special, epic stage, or special stage only lobbies, and then all the different rallies as well. So yeah, it's a bit disappointing how basic that still is to create a lobby, but again, I probably don't expect that to change for 11, unfortunately. So let's try and see if online works. Right, here we go. Doesn't work. Okay, that's good. That's online in WRC 10. You must be connected. It's very good. Then is the leaderboards. Oh, yeah. Leaderboards aren't working. One thing I do want to show, though, is that it is nice that it's separated by categories now. Look at this. Properly separated by categories. Instead of them all, for some reason, being bunched up on the same leaderboard, I think it was in previous games. So that's good to see. So we figured out how to add another filter. And then, as you can see, it's going through all the stages. You can see go on the historic stage as well. You can see you can find some ghosts as well online to try and practice with. Co-driver mode. I've not tried out co-driver mode ever. Oh yeah, split screen. So if you want to play with a friend on the same screen. Good to see. So co-driver. So you can create our own lobby. So you can see these are basically the same. Oh, where all you can be the co-driver will surprise me. Use the language of your co-driver. So you can see you've got all the basic languages. And then yeah, you can search for a lobby. As you can see, online is not working. So unfortunately, you can't search for that. But yeah, multiplayer, as I said, with the online issues not really working. So for in WRC 10, like, they came out with a saying on the first couple of days, saying, oh, we're working on it. We've increased the capacity as well. I've not seen anything for today, even though we still have basically major issues just connecting. I think I've played online. I tried to play online once today. It did work, even in time for Europeans. Now I'm doing it a couple hours later at night, and as you can see, it's not working at all. So it could just be connection might be better during that time or not, or it's, I don't know. I have no idea what's happening with online. It's just not working properly. That's all I know in WRC 10. So yeah, we've got the big issues with the peripherals, with the wheels and stuff for the game, with graphics for the game, and online for the game. And I'm about to say this is the best WRC game that we've had so far, because let's hop into, let's show you quick play actually. Let's show you some stages, actually show you some driving as well. So extras is Plaza Platz. Again, KT Race have done the bullshit thing of giving you the special stage from a rally that's been cut from the game. So we had Spain and Barcelona, I believe it was last year, but now they're back this year. So Germany got cut for this year, so we're just giving the super special as again a pre-order bonus or deluxe bonus or whatever edition. So I got the deluxe edition, so that's why I've got it. It's not worth getting, to be honest. It's, as I said, it's not a bullshit money making practice. So again, very sad to see. So we've got, you've seen that we've got this anniversary mode. We've got stages set for different eras. That's fantastic to see. We've got one stage for each area set in different eras. So, here's Monte Carlo. Set in 84 and 85. There's not much difference. Here's Sweden from 2004 to 2011. There's not much difference. Kenya from 1993. Greece, here we go. From 73 to 83 and 87. So you go from 70s, from the Alpine era to the just out of front wheel drive to rear wheel drive. And then we got the kind of rear wheel drive to four wheel drive era of 83, the beginning of the Group B era. And then we've got beginning of the post Group B era with the Group A era of 87. Then we've got San Remo. Now this is a good selection here. So 74 again, 81 with the rear wheel drive cars, and then 97 or 98. So we've got the 90s, we've got the start of the WRC car era of the Group A cars. In New Zealand from 86 to 92 to 2007. So again, that's good variety there. That's Group B. And then we've got, again, solid early Group A era or mid Group A era. And in WRC car era as well. I wonder if we're doing the Gronholm thing. I wonder if that's why I'm for 2007. I don't want to spoil that for anyone who doesn't know, but it could be the thing. And then we've got Spain from a couple of years ago. So I think we're doing the Seb Loeb thing from a couple of years ago. And maybe Tanak, who, you know, if you've seen his show, so that's probably what we're doing in 2019. And then special stages. So we've got Monte Carlo, Sweden, Croatia, Portugal, Italy, Kenya, Estonia, Chile, Wales, Finland, Spain, and Japan. You may be wondering, that does not add up to all the rallies we've seen so far this year and will see so far in the real life calendar. We've got 12 rallies here. Again, with the
WRC10 roadmap. They'll be adding the Pro Rally in October and then Acropolis Rally in November. I have seen there is a formal post on, I think it's Race Department, where they've already seen Nipra in the game. Yeah, we can't do anything with it. Again, that's a pretty bullshit thing. We've seen that with Milestone, where all their DLC, or I think it was Ride 3 and Ride 4 as well, have been found in the game files, or been found with text in the game. Yet you can't play it. They have to release it like that. Bullshit gaming practices. What can we say? We love video games. So we do have some new stages though for some rallies. So Monte Carlo, same, exactly the same, no difference at all. Disappointingly, Sweden is the same. I would have thought Sweden would have been shaken up, but we've got it exactly the same. Again, not every rally's got Super Special. Super Specials got introduced a few years back with, I think it was 7 or 8, and they've not expanded on it at all since then. Are the new rallies that come into some of the new rallies that come into these games have it, but not every rally has a Super Special. I still don't understand that. It's very weird. One of the new rallies though, which is not weird, is Croatia. So as you can see, we've got a road stage, we've got a good sectional stage, we've got 3 main stages, then the epic stage. And you may notice we've got shakedowns. So shakedowns are part of stages. As you can see, this is part of, I think, Fargassen. And then we've got this, I think this is part of this stage as well. And in Croatia, this is part of this stage. So you see what shakedowns are. They're exactly like in Dirt Rally, where shakedowns are part of the stage that you're about to rally on. I don't mind that. I know people have been... I've seen some people are like, why aren't they just separate parts? Well, you have to create a totally separate map just for shakedowns. I can't understand why they're part of just, a section of the rally you're about to take part in. So I don't mind that at all. Portugal, this has totally changed. No more Faffy. Instead, we've got the stage. Well, we've got the Super Special. But we've got the stages which were added last year in WRC 9 as free content. These have just replaced the old stages now. Which I don't mind. The old stages were very old and had aged. But man, I miss Faffy. I love Faffy. Here we've got Rally Italia Sardinia. Again, these have got no changes at all from what we had. In Kenya, again, no more changes at all. Like what we had last year. But a new rally in Estonia. Fast, bumpy gravel roads with lots of jumps. Sound familiar, doesn't it? And then we have got the shakedown. We've got some decent stages here. I haven't tried all of them out. Apart from this freaking Super Special. That's replaced Barcelona as the worst Super Special in my eyes. I will show that to you. And Chile is back. Even though they're not racing in real life, I believe, there. Because of the... I think it's like the political climate and COVID and everything. So they're not racing there again. But we do have it back in the game. And they just not familiar, don't they? We've got El Puma back. I love that. Love El Puma. I think it's like the longest epic stage and the most epic stage as well. Wales Rally GB is just boring and the same. Finland, it's got a new logo. And it's got the, again, this was free DLC added for WRC 9. So now it's replaced the older stages. So no more on Emporia. We still have Arju though. As the Super Special. But yeah, that's disappointing. So again, a bit like Portugal, yeah, we had to replace the finished stages. They were very aged. But I'm going to miss on Emporia, man. And Spain is back with new stages. Look at these bad boys. So this was part of the WRC 10 demo. I remember these stages. Along with one stage from Estonia and a Croatia, I believe, as well. Actually, no, it might have just been one stage from Croatia, not Estonia. But yeah, I am loving it. It's still got Barcelona, though. They have made slight adjustments to Barcelona, improved it, but still, it's still in the game. It's not as DLC as well. See, the instant the rally is back on the calendar, oh, you can now have it for free. And then there's Japan, which again is exactly the same as WRC 10. Actually, no, this is the longest epic stage, isn't it? 22.6 kilometers of Japan. Oh, God. Anyway, I will show you this pain in the arse super special. It's very short. It's like a minute long, but you will remember it the rest of your life. That is how painful it is. Well, let's go, Hayden. I'll wipe the smile off your face, boy. Right, here we are then. On the stage, you've got a nice little sliding screen intro, which I just kind of skipped over there, but as you can see, slightly new camera angles for the intro as well. Looks bad, but look at the traffic. I will stop at the beginning here and show you the traffic because it is pretty hilarious. So, tyre selection, we got normal selection as normal, but there are changes to tyre selection as well in Korea. I definitely want to show you. And then car setup, so this is exactly the same as we've had in previous games, just set out slightly differently. As I said, it looks a bit nicer in this, I believe, the menus apart from the main menu in my eyes. But yeah, you've got spring, shock compression, shock rebound, ground clearance, camber and anti-roll bar. Then you got the LCD preload, acceleration, deceleration and braking for front, center and rear, and brakes. And then transmission as well, as you can see. All the gears there. And you get your regular gravel setup. Car section, where check sloughs. And then, as I said, this is done in about a minute. Which we won't find out. But we stop here.
5, 4, 3,
the wheel
2,
going crazy.
1, go.
We've got a Belgian flag to the left. Look at this bus. Just stay at the bus. Just stay at the bus. Onto another portal, onto another world. And yeah, we've got a female co-driver. As I said, co-drivers are a bit better.
30. Square left, don't cut. And right one short into left one, tightens, don't cut. And right two into left three short. And right one, 50. Kinks, narrows into square right, bail in, 30. Caution, left 2, off camber, bail in.
Damn it. Oh yeah, this reminds me of
Left 1, don't cut.
the old Rally GB
Left
Super
two, don't
Special I
cut.
used to have in
Right
these
two, don't
games.
cut.
Anybody
Left
remember
two, don't
those?
cut. Tightens into square left, wall in, 30.
The old Wells Rally GB Super Special.
Caution,
Which they have
right
not
three,
replaced.
Camber, tree in, 30.
Let's look at the
Square left,
cannons.
don't cut, and flat right, tightens.
Like, game doesn't look good. Like, it's the reflection in the screen looks pretty nice. So that will not be anywhere near the top. Oh no, leaderboards does work now. Yeah, I said my best time's like 1:07 or something. Oh no, 1 minute exactly. Hey, top 100, I will take that. And see, top guys almost 9 seconds quicker on a minute stage. How did they do it? But yeah, replay modes. Might as well show you this again. All exactly the same. All the different buttons. And I can also show you photo mode because actually photo mode is exactly the same. I'm not sure there's much more to show. Once again, you have to use a controller. At least I believe you do in order to get photo mode to work. So it is bloody annoying. As you can see, I can't use photo mode on this Super Special though. Which is interesting. But yeah, replay camera angles, pretty similar to 9. Again, much better than they used to be, like just like 6 or 7. Much better. And it seems like they do have a bit more static cams though in this. In WRC 10. Oh my god, where was I going through there? So, yeah, a bit more static cams, which is good. I definitely prefer more static cams or cameras like this. The side. I thought I was going the wrong way there for a sec. Yeah, no, the dust looks good. Like, hangs in the air really now. Doesn't look as artificial as it did in 9. Definitely not as bad as the demo. The demo was horrendous for this game, but seems much better in this. Like, off-board sounds don't sound too bad. On-board, the sounds sound bad in this. Like, in my eyes, they sound bad. Like, they're maybe not really better or different from 9, I believe. Like, they're still just bad sounds. But yeah, that is driving. Yeah, that is that stage around Estonia. Avoid it at all costs. So yeah, Livery Editor. So this one will be another big addition. And I've definitely had to plug in the controller because for some reason, again, just like with photo mode, it doesn't work without the controller. So livery collection. Oh yeah, it won't show my livery that I made. God damn it. So we can make a livery for any car, which is good to see. Even a Proton. You're going to have no idea why you would. I don't know what that graphic glitch is in the background. I've seen screen tearing on the PSY version. Not sure if that's what it's like. But yeah, you can make liveries for any cars. Let's choose the Proton. So we can paint and finish. So you can paint the bodywork. As you can see, we've got some unlock colors by doing special challenges, doing daily challenges, which again, I find weird for the colors that you have to unlock colors for your car. I find that very weird, but as you can see, you've got some different finishes here. I'm not sure about the carbon or metallic or pearlescent or glossy or matte or solid. In this, like, matte's the best just because it doesn't have that weird lighting. Even solid has that weird like shine to it. Yeah, we choose sun yellow. And then you can paint the bonnet, choose sun yellow again. We're just going to paint the car the same color. Sun yellow everywhere. All right. And then add stickers. So bodywork, add it to the front. There are quite a few shapes here. Like, it's no different in kind of like other games from what I remember. Again, you do have to do some challenges to unlock some stuff, which I find a bit more in line with other games. It's just the unlocking colors. I don't understand it. Anyway, you can see we got to finish first in some events as well in teams mode. It's kind of forcing you to take part in every part of the game, isn't it? And then we've got the sponsors. And now this is where I get a bit, what are you doing, KT Racing? Because being like half Filipino, I'm always on the lookout for the Filipino flag in games. It's not been a successful hunt, I'll admit, in most games. It isn't even successful in this, in creating our character. But you never guess where I found it. In the freaking Livery Editor. They've got all the flags in the game, yet you can't be more than, what, 70 or 80 nationalities when you're creating a driver or co-driver. Where's the fucking logic in this? I don't get it. Why are they all hidden in here in Livery Editor? What? Why aren't they just really selectable in creating your character? I find it utterly bizarre. And as you've already seen, this game is quite bizarre to me, so I don't get it. Do not get it at all. Yeah, let's put a Filipino flag on this Malaysian car. Don't I put it on the bonnet? I can't, hang on. If I select... Oh, I can select the top. There we go. We put it on the top. There you go. It's kind of hidden there as well. Secretly infiltrate in here. No, massive. There you go. Beautiful. So, yeah, I find that utterly bizarre. That we can find all the flags in here, but you can't when you're creating your player. Just over my head, right? Anyway, yeah, you can add stickers and then make a beautiful looking car like this. Nothing will beat this beautiful car, all right? Good to know that's sorted. And of course, we're going to end with career mode. There is season mode as well, so you can take part in basically career mode, but no first name. Oh, for God's sake, there you go. I'm like Pedro. I only have a first name. All right. Perfect. Oh, come on. I said I'm like Pedro. I can't be Pedro. Yeah, then you've got exactly the same options as career. Set your entry point. All exactly the same. And I want to show you this because, as I said, there's a new way of selecting tyres. It's much more realistic and pretty damn cool. So you want to do the shakedown and receive 4 extra tyres for your stock. We'll say no this time. But yeah, definitely say yes. And then, as you can see in the background, we've got hard asphalt, soft asphalt, and wet asphalt. And we've got 10 sets to choose from. So we have like 2 hards, 6 softs, and 2 wets. There we go. Yep. We just have the wets just in case. And then here you go. Or 10 tyres, should I say. And then you can... Yeah, as you've got hards for the spares. And we've got softs here as well. So if we select that... So if we select that, and then we can select there. So there you go. We've got only softs on our car. And you can auto mount as well. You got the weight in the top right. Oh, this is pretty damn cool. Alright. Linear car setup. And then when you go to a stage, there is your tyre selection right in front of you. As you can see the wear percentage of all your tyres. And your spares as well. Right there on the stage. That is pretty awesome, alright? And yes, you can mix and match the tyres. You don't just have to have all softs on. So particularly for a rally like Monte Carlo, where in real life they do mix up the tyres. But they might have studded tyres on like one side and then the slicks on the other. You can do that in this. So especially for the stages where like the epic stage for particular, you definitely want to maybe do that. Have like a studded tyre for the like right hand side and then slick on the left hand side at the front. At the rear, have a studded tyre on the left rear and then a stick on the left, on the right rear. That's bloody awesome. Great to see it in the game. We've got something I don't think I've seen in any other rally game, have I? Maybe in Richard Burns Rally with the mods. But yeah, not in default mode, from what I remember. I know it might be in Richard Burns Rally, I can't remember now. But yeah, that is awesome to see in the game that we've got kind of almost real life like tyres. And then there is career. So as you can see, I've already started a career, but we can create our own driver. As you can see, just exactly the same as you do in season mode. And then here is the new career screen. It looks pretty slick, doesn't it? They've moved the bar from the bottom to the top, basically. And we've got a sidebar just like you do on the main menu, but unlike the main menu, you've got everything here that actually works, right? So we can look at our calendar. So as you can see, we've got different events to select on our calendar. As you can see, you can scroll through as well. And what is pretty cool as well is that before there used to be, it was very imbalanced in 9. I think at WRC level, I did 1 full season out of like 7 or 8. Because I always did well and then there'd be 1 or 2 bad rallies and I was gone. They have tried to balance it a bit. So we've got like team building, we've got crew building as well. To help with morale and help with our team's mood as well, like our reputation. Like we've got things there that help counteract us having like a bad rally now and having that sudden shock of loss of reputation or morale. So that's good to see. They've actually kind of thought of something. So we've got all the different things apart from that though. Like we've got our rallies, we've got our anniversary races instead of the historic rallies now. We've got rest, we've got extreme conditions events still. I know we did this one, so I was pretty happy with that. And then, yeah, we've got training. So we've got all the usual things to select from in the calendar. We've got setups here as well. We've got R&D. So we've got an expanded tree this time. So at the top as well, you can clearly see what your skill points are, first of all. That's good. They've raised the cap from 60 to 80. Hopefully when I reach WRC level now, I can actually do something. And like what I could do nothing in 9 for this. It was pointless having R&D. I still have no idea why the cap is just raised to 80 though. Why not to like 100? Or no cap at all? So you can see, keep messing with this. And then, or I don't know why it's just capped. Anyway, you've got a re-specialization behind me as well, so you can reallocate skill points. That costs money, and we can just scroll it in onto the team and performance and all the different areas as well. There are a couple of new things in this. So for performance and team, you're thinking, oh, these are all exactly the same from last time. But look at crew. We've got a couple of different members. We've got a logistics coordinator now. We've got a PR manager. So when I flip everyone off on the stage, I've got a PR manager to reimburse them afterwards. PR works great. So yeah, you got a couple of different things here as well. And then see reduced costs. So yeah, good that they've added stuff. And then reliability, you can see works a bit, again, very similar, but it's just laid out a bit differently from 9. In crew management, so our crew is a bit expanded, our crew. So they're not just, you know, they have a certain level and then they get tired and you have to take them out. They have perks, basically. They've got levels. So you can see this is level 1 out of 3, 1 out of 3 stars for mechanic. You can see we've got to knock the other 3 here. If we don't get them, I think at Junior WRC. So as you can see, we've got a dedicated, we've got a daredevil as well. And then we've got cooperative, we've got relaxed, we've got patient crew members as well. They all have like personality types. And then these are the perks. Now, you may be able to do math here and figure out that reduce crew fatigue by +5. So that doesn't, it helps. Or it doesn't help. But then we've got reduced crew rate -5, which helps. So 5 minus 5 equals. Then we've got reduced car degradation by +4, reduced speed by -4. But then for the agent, we've got more events, so +1. And then more events, -1. So 1 minus 1 equals. You might see the problem here. So, yeah, some of these are just 0. End up as net zeros. Forecast accuracy, +3. Oh, so -3. So the perks mean fuck all, apparently. According to math. They mean bugger all. So, yeah, I'm not sure if that's just something that's broken in this game. But there are quite a few things that are broken. But as you can see, we've got quite a few stats on the right-hand side now. They're slightly more with our different crew members. So, repair speed, repair car degradation, more events, reduce crew fatigue, lower financial cost, increased earnings, forecast accuracy, experience gained, sponsorship funds, sponsor tryouts, reputation lost, appreciation gained, lower event cost, and crew morale. And we've got the salary right behind me. You can see 5 out of 40. So again, you've got to be careful of having not too many crew members, especially at WRC level where you fill it out. Then you've got emails. These are exactly the same, except now you get poor results email. Even though we won the rally, you got a poor results email. That seems to be glitched, I think. I've seen other people play through this and get poor results when they've won as well. It's weird. I don't know why that's happening. But they've split it up between media, mechanic, agent, physical therapist, crew members, and manufacturer at the top. That's good to see, even though emails are mostly pointless. They're just here for like repair costs. That's the only thing you need to watch out for in emails. Objectives exactly the same as with WRC 9. So you get a short term, a medium term, and then manufacturer reputation. You've got to be on good terms with them. And we are with Ford, as you can see, +95. So it seems to be -100 to +100. And as you can see, very similar objectives here at first. So I'm not sure if that's going to change in the future, because objectives was a bit bugged in 9. Some of them just did not work. So I hope that's changed. And then we've got all the data from the super special stage we've done. This is glitched as well. We chose realistic difficulty. Not realistic. Yeah, realistic length. Sorry, rally length. The rally lengths are longer, like 4 and 6. You can go from 4, 6, 8, and 10 now, I believe. Because you've got short, medium, long, realistic. Which is fantastic. Great to see. Except for the Junior WRC, we basically just have 2 stages here. If you scroll through, we got a bit bored by the end, I'll admit. So, they also have same colours. I don't know why this is. We've only got 8 cars here. Why can't we have 8 different colours? We've got 3. In my eyes, we've got 4 different colours there. 3 or 4 different colours. Why? What the hell? Anyway, here's the good part. Part wear and tear. So we don't just have tyres. We also have brakes, suspensions, turbo, engine, transmission, steering. So this is all cool to see. I don't know if it actually means anything. That's because it didn't really mean anything in this rally. But it's nice to see this. And that's a bit glitched there, trying to scroll up. So as you can see, if you scroll through, all very similar as you can see. Go back to transmission. Does that work now? No, because that is a bit glitched. And then we've got manufacturer reputation, as we always have. So keep an eye on this at the end of rallies. And see Ford love us. WRC 3 teams are getting slightly interested, but not 2 or WRC teams as you would expect. And then, as I said, you can get your private team as well at WRC level, I believe. So you're just managing your own team. Unlike this, where we're kind of hiring a car basically, and managing it, we can just have our own car. So that is pretty damn cool. So yeah, next event is an anniversary race we'll be doing. I know we did that in Aquapolis. Is anniversary race at St. Ramo in Moutons and Pons' Audi, which I'm very much looking forward to. But yeah, that is career mode. There are good little changes. Don't see that layout has changed as well. Like, it actually makes more sense, the layout as well. And you've got lots of junior WRC cars. Yes, I don't understand the calendar. This is like the chill out zone with a rejector in the back. The R&D hard at work. Crew management as well. Emails, objectives, statistics, so people are just staring at each other. And then yeah, standings, so you can find out the standings as well. You can see that all looks pretty good. Then we can head to the test arena. Shall we end in the test arena? Oh, here's the information. So there we go. You can find out about private team as well. That is, so you need to take control of more aspects such as buying cars, managing sponsors, have some more freedom in terms of managing skills, upgrading. This mode's ideal if you want more autonomy. So that's what was something we look out for. For manufacturer challenges, maintenance as well. So as you can see, they're all very similar if you tried out WRC9. But yeah, let's head with a run in the test arena. I'm not sure if you can hear that. I've just joined into the test arena, but the wheel is vibrating. It does it for like a minute, and then it normalizes. So it still actually is happening. But just wait for that to normalize. A bit weird, like midway through a stage, it just vibrates like this. But you see, test arena looks very similar, doesn't it? It's almost exactly the same. And see, there's our nice view from our office. If we turn around, if we head over here, I believe we can try and exit. No, we can't. That's the back here, isn't it? Let's try and run through the car park. There we go. And the exit. So we've got again our tarmac area. We've got gravel areas. It's in a junior WRC car as well. So it max gears fifth, and we'll probably keep it there. And it's like for the time being. But yeah, the hands in and everything. The last thing we've got to cover, I think. Like, graphics look okay. Like I said, the different lighting, it's a bit dark in some areas. This view looks better, I believe. Maybe a bit too glossy and shiny. Occasion too bright. Just something that happened in like 8. For 9 it was better, so I'm not sure why it's reverted. As you can see, there's a bit of popping in front. Like, that can be a bit distracting. But in general, it looks okay. Like, it's not the best looking game, I admit. Especially as we're running it on medium settings. But yeah, I don't really care too much about the graphics in racing games. I just care more about the fun and the handling and everything. And handling is better. The car feels a bit more planted now. Definitely is still floaty moments. I don't know where I'm going. I'm going here. And there are some floaty moments. But in general, with the suspension work they've done, feels like there's a bit more weight in the car now. It's not as light as, say, like Dirt Rally, I find sometimes, especially on tarmac. The car just floats along, flies along, and they're not really getting too much from it. let's go down here, shall we? So that is good to see. Let's get in the tractor, shall we? Can we get in the tractor? Probably not. It's not like the Tony Hawk's games where you can just get out of skateboarding and just run around. We can't do that, unfortunately, in this. So, yeah, the handling like feels better. Like you can definitely feel, again, like weight transfer's nice, like through there. I've found I've been losing the rear a bit more. I'm not sure if there's just the default setups, but yeah, maybe something I've got to work out. And as I said, force feedback is intense now, but still, I can still feel how intense it is through the wheel at the moment. You definitely feel a bit more vibration from like bumps, the road surface. Not crashing apparently. That was barely anything in that crash. Lots of wheel spin there. Like very smoky on wheel spins. That was something from the demo as well, but not as bad as in the demo. So you could see in replays sometimes how smoky it is, just smoking the tyres for replays. Thankfully that's not in this, it seems like at the moment. Now to rejoin the main road. But yeah, general handling feels like a step forwards. Like a good step forwards. Like I think once I fully figure out the force feedback, I think I will like it a bit more. But yeah, it's mainly just the force feedback holding it back for me at the moment. Trying to figure out the right settings. Because at the moment this is too strong for tarmac. It was like with I think it's like the road surface and tyre slip I've got to maybe mess with after this. Before I leave, I might as well show this off. I'm throwing off everything else in the game. Exactly the same as with WRC 9, except it's not added in the game. So I didn't see light. That maybe shows how strong the lighting is. Looks nice. But yeah, you got all the same settings as before. You can put the logo like top right. You can't expand the size of the logo. You can do that in other games. It's a bit disappointing. Or to just remove it in total. So yeah, that's a bit sad. But yeah, we've got all the filters. We've got even WRC 10 filter as well. I don't know. Just like Metro or something. I'm not sure who would want to use this, but there we go. So yeah, all the same settings as before. Not much else to show off. So there's our look at WRC 10. Another little note. There's no house support and things seems to be similar as well. That's okay. Yeah, WRC 10. Is it worth it over WRC 9? If you got 9, is it worth upgrading? I think for just the 5th anniversary mode, it's worth it. Because you saw quite a large selection of cars, even though I would have liked a bit more from like everything apart from the 80s. They handle better. The handling's better. There's like nice little improvements in career mode with the Livery Editor as well, which is nice. We won't talk about online or the servers, but yeah, I think with those improvements, I think it is worth it. I think it's worth getting the shitty business practice or having DLC and having the roadmap as well released before the game comes out. I guess we have to get used to this with games. We had the same with not Rims Racing, was it? No, MotoGP 21. As well, where Milestone released a roadmap. But like, where's all these series in the game? They're like, oh, we're releasing it in like 3 or 4 months' time. Like, so you sold us half a game, knowingly that you're gonna have it in like a few months down the line. What's the point in buying a game one of these? That's what I think every time I see these roadmaps. So I'll show the roadmap in the background, but as I said, it's going to have the Rally in October, Crop List in November, 2 new rally cars as well, new anniversary events, and it's going to update some features such as co-driver mode, teams online, livery stickers had some new ones of those, hubs mode in November, and then in January, there's a new feature added, online multiplayer championship mode. Which, as you've seen with how poor the online connection has been and staying online. I have no idea if that's going to even work in January or if it even work on this game like we had with clubs for WRC 9. So, lots of issues with WRC 10. For multiplayer mostly. Also with your wheels. Sometimes I've seen with the graphics as well. Just minor bugs as well. Like it seems like I'm not sure if it's just the engine or if it's the developer or something. It's just something holding these games back from being truly great. I don't know why they keep doing it to themselves. Because I have so much fun with these games. They're so good. WRC games, considering where they came from WRC 5, where they just made a really bad game. I've gradually improved from 6 to 7. 7 to 8 was a good leap. In 8, 9, and in 10. Where they've just built and improved little things. And now career mode is, I believe, fantastic in this. And what they little have done. I had in little things with the tyres as well. That's going to play so much into rallies. And with the rally lengths increases from, 4 or 6 stages to now 10 stages. Like, you got some planning ahead to do. And that's great. Like, we've actually got to think about it. Having our private team as well. I can't wait to manage my own team in career mode and have my own cars to manage and everything like that. Brings me back to even grid back in the day. That does. Managing to do that. Or even with MotoGP that you see in there. You see MotoGP 21 with the career mode as well, where you manage your kind of team in that as well. In all the classes. That's what we're doing here. So, yeah, there's some speed bumps for WRC 10. Is it worth getting it if you want to do more than career mode or anniversary mode? No. Nowhere near that state with online. As I said, I have doubts even they have it ready by January. But yeah, just for career mode on its own, for me, it is worth it. It's worth the little things they've improved and upgraded. And yeah, I can't wait to show you all. But a final word on the roadmap, as I said, I'm not a big fan of it. I have no idea what they left out December as well. I was maybe the fixed issues that maybe arise in October and November. Yeah, very disappointing that we actually have the new rallies in the game, it seems like, at least the Ypres, and we can't play it. Hate roadmaps. Absolutely hate them. I used them in sim racing, because that's one game they have, and they develop it over years. These games have it like a year life cycle. And you're spending a third of that life cycle adding in stuff that should have been in the game already on launch. You're just making... There's no point in us buying these games anymore. Like these. Like F1, like MotoGP, etc. Until, well, in this case, January. When they have all the features in, finally. And all the anniversary events and rally cars and rallies and everything. Updated modes. And I think if you're not got 9 or 8 or any of the different WRC games in this series, wait until then. Wait until the new year when we have everything in the game. Wait until maybe even February or March as well, when there should be spring sales. Wait until then to get it. But if you're like me and you really love career mode, or you really just love these games, I think it is worth an upgrade. And I hope you enjoyed this video and got to the end. I know these are very long, but they're long not on purpose. I show you everything in the game in these, and I want to show you everything so you can make a good informed decision on whether this game is for you or not. Even though I might gloss over livery or multiplayer in this, I have done separate videos on that, so you can see what those modes, see what that is like as well. And I will do that for the 50th anniversary mode. So you'll see videos from that as well as you get through that, so I can get my private team in WR in career mode. And of course, I'll be doing career mode streams as well, because as I said, I love career mode in these games. These are the best career modes for racing games around. Is in this game. So I hope I forgot to mention as well, difference between classes has not been fixed. I'll show a clip from career mode, but in my junior WRC car, I was like 15th out of 38 cars. I was ahead of even a WRC car on a stage. That's not been fixed since WRC 5. They are a bit more spread out in the WRC class, the cars, but... And in the other car, in WRC 2 and 3, junior WRC, they're a bit spread out as well. They have spread out the cars a bit more, but it still make no sense between the classes at rallies. At least in career and single player. But yeah, WRC 10. Lots of issues. Definitely lots of issues. But if you're here for career mode or 50th anniversary mode, there has been complaints about some of these being difficult as well, 50th anniversary mode. But I believe, as I said, especially for career mode, it is worth getting WRC 10. Or if you're new to these games, just waiting until this roadmap is done, get it in like February or March. Basically, it just depends what you want from these games. But yeah, I hope I showed you enough of this game to make a decision. And I'll be back with more WRC 10 on this channel with Rims Racing as well. We've got a Nakon channel at the moment with them both being published by the French publisher there. So, South watching. I'll be back, as I said, with more videos in the future and streams to come of career mode. So, South watching, and I will see you then.